Study says legumes are superior to animal manure and soil restoration and fertilization. Ooh, oh boy. Now we're talking some shit here. Literally. Achoo, bless you. Hey, thank you. The use of green manure and legumes in agriculture has emerged as a more sustainable and environmentally friendly approach compared to traditional animal manure. We're going to examine the benefits of green manure and legumes and highlighting their advantages over animal manure. Okay, so let's just go through the basics. Legumes form a symbiotic relationship with nitrogen-fixing bacteria, enriching soil nitrogen content in a natural way. Okay, so they're doing what's called green manure. Okay, this is a plant or anything else that's not traditional manure. But looking at legume crops, which means your peas, you got your, what else? Delicious beans. What else is a legume? Name it. Lentils, tofu, soybeans, all that good stuff. I think a peanut, isn't a peanut a legume, right? It's not even a nut. Cashew might even be a legume too. I'm not sure. That might be wrong. Don't quote me. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just an idiot with a microphone. Green manures add substantial organic matter to the soil, improving its structure and water holding capacity. Okay, that's a plus. The incorporation of green manures enhances soil microbial diversity and activity, because we discovered that if you're going to grow food, you need to have soil that's got microbes just going crazy, because it helps all the nutrients and everything. It's great. It's great. Let's see here. Using green manures and legume crops in rotations provides several environmental advantages over the manure. So reduced greenhouse emissions are one of them, because unlike animal manure, green manures do not contribute to methane emissions. So right there, you can knock out using animals for manure just based on the greenhouse gas. You also have green manures that minimize the risk of nutrient runoff and water pollution, which can happen in a grass-fed regenerative system. There's still water pollution and nutrient runoff, bacteria, everything like that. Incorporating legumes and green manures into rotation supports a greater biodiversity in agricultural systems. One of the arguments I saw was insects love cow patties. And while that's true, most flowering plants also attract pollinator insects, which is pretty important. And with the fecal stuff, I think it's certain types of insects, and with the other, there's more beneficial insects that you could attract with plants, let's say. So one of the studies, this is going to get a little boring for you guys, but one of the studies was a long-term research project in Saskatchewan that examined the effects of different crop rotation systems on soil properties. The study compared 3 rotation systems: fallow wheat, sweet clover, green manure wheat, and alfalfa bromograss hay wheat. Okay, so apparently the researchers found that legume-based rotations, including both green manure and hay, led to significant improvements in soil quality. So there you go. There's one. Another study said the practice significantly it emphasized the benefits of green manuring with legumes as an effective alternative to animal manure for restoring soil quality integrated soils. And the study found that this practice significantly improved soil physical properties, enhanced water holding capacity, and increased organic matter and boosted microbial activity. It did the trick. Wonderful. Good job. A third study that looked at vegetable waste compost versus animal manure, it aimed to evaluate the efficacy of different organic waste sources in improving soil quality and crop productivity. The findings revealed that vegetable waste compost demonstrated a slight edge over animal manure compost when applied at equivalent rates. So this is huge, okay? We have only a few options these days. Chemical fertilizers is what we've been using forever. The regenerative folks say, well, we'll use the manure. And the real smart people say, let's do green manure compost and do food waste compost. another reason why this is a good idea, if it obviously this, according to the study, it has a slight edge. I read a story a couple of days ago that said, "Oh, we waste 1/3 of the food that we produce. We waste a third of all the food we produce globally." Now, a lot of this is waste from conflict. Some of this is waste from, uh, you know, lack of refrigeration, lack of cargo, stuff like this. But in the case of the United States and other richer nations, it's from overconsumption and waste, just straight up waste. Now, if we, in places like San Francisco, they've already instituted composting, mandatory composting at gunpoint. If you don't compost, they come and, uh, pump you full of lead, something like this. Not really, but it's an idea. So another one of the last studies is in Canada again, and they were talking about alfalfa crop rotations, how incorporating alfalfa into rotations would increase wheat yields compared to whatever they did before. So honestly, good things. Again, the greenhouse gas emissions, the water pollution, antibiotic resistance, and the odor and air quality issues, all in against the animal manure argument. And don't forget that regenerative farming, particularly grass-fed livestock, of course, require substantially more land than conventional animal agriculture. So that's also not an idea. That's not something we should be looking at. So, long story short, if anybody asks you what we should be doing, the truth is we should be doing a combination of regenerative agriculture with mostly plant-based diets, with some variation, of course, because not everybody's going to go for it or whatever. But ultimately, for at least the environment's sake, let's say, and for the sake of the efficiency of our agriculture system, should probably, switch over to a system that science has proven to be more efficient. So let's watch a video about it, because why not, right?